Bung, bung. The world's in shambles. The world's in shambles. There's nothing good going on. Absolutely nothing. Your life sucks. My life sucks. What's the point? I'll tell you what the point is. Bung, bung coffee. It brings you joy. First thing in the morning, you fire up your coffee machine. You get some bung, bung in you. You're gonna start your day with a smile. I guarantee it. A lot of people wake up to an alarm, bro. First thought in their head when they wake up every day is the F word. And why wouldn't it be? I don't want that noise waking me up. But do you know what helps me with it? Bung Bung coffee. Instant mood improvement. Instant palate beautifying, I suppose. bungbungcoffee.com. You want this joy delivered directly to your door? Joy. Not even forget talking about how high quality these beans are from Peru, Honduras, Brazil, and Colombia. You're getting joy delivered in a purple bag directly to your door. You're welcome. bungbungcoffee.com. Enter promo code Poddy, that's Poddy, for 15% off all orders because you are a loyal listener of the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. BUNG coffee.com. Enter promo code Poddy for 15% off all orders. I've got a fat dog. I've got a greedy dog. That's the same dog. And then the other dog just wants to play. It's not food oriented. And so she's losing weight. She's fussy as well. She'll sniff a bowl and walk away from it. Forget that with Lyka pet food. Organic, preservative-free pet food delivered to your door yet again. It's so good for your dogs. Now I don't have the problem of a fat dog. I don't have the problem of a fussy dog because the fussy dog wants to eat the food. It eats all its food. Then the other dog hasn't got leftovers to go and eat. Bang, that one's losing weight. The other one's satisfied. Unbelievable. You want this delicious dog food delivered to you? You want to... Dude, why would we be worried about what we're eating so much and then feed our dogs shit out of a can? Damn it, I swore during an ad read. Why would we do that? We want our dogs to be as healthy as we are. And that's what you get if you go with Lyka. Lyka. If you go to lyka.com.au and enter promo code GIGI-135, that's GG dash like a little line 135. You're going to get a nice little deal on your subscription to Lyka, and your subscription can work however you want it. If you feed your dog twice a day, they can do that, or you can just have one a day of the good food, and then you can feed them your whatever BS you're feeding them for the other meal. Or you can just feed them quality food for every meal, and that gets delivered to your door. And guess what? Any day you choose. You work from home on Mondays, bang, get it delivered on Mondays so you know when it's coming. You can put it straight in the fridge or freezer. Unbelievable. Lyka.com.au, enter promo code GIGI-135. And if you want to support the show directly, please go to claymcmathcomedy.com. That's CLAYMCMATH comedy.com and order some merch. Order yourself some merch. Buy yourself some tickets to a show near you. Or just share the show. Just share it. Click the share button on any of the Instagram posts or Facebook or social media in general. Click the share button. That's free. It takes 1 second. Just do it. Share it to your friends so we can, you can support the show, support us, and we can really get this thing moving. claymcmathcomedy.com for merch. Let's effing go. Comedy, action, horror. Will this movie win an Oscar? Set design, directing, acting, lighting, or costumes. This segment is Clay's Reviews. Hitman.
Yeah, Hitman on Netflix.
We got Boardman back.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah, what's good?
Same old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty quiet couple of weeks for me.
Yeah, we've had a couple guest episodes in your absence. One's been released. Actually, I think by the time this episode's out, the second one will have been released. Charlie Spargo from the Melbourne Demons. So that was a really good one.
Okay, keep an eye out for that one.
Made up for the BS that was Tony Wood's. Not Tony Wood's fault. And I'm gonna, every time I bring it up, I'm going to make excuses for myself. But I could just hear my kid crying. I was so distracted. He's telling the craziest stories. fantastic podcast fodder. And all I could hear was him crying. Like, I wasn't home alone. Like, Rach was here with him, but he was crying with Rach. And I'm just like tuned into that. And he's saying like shit about like mermaids and dinosaurs and Bigfoot. And I'm just like, yeah, man.
I missed the dinosaur part.
I don't think he did dinosaurs, but
yeah.
You've got Jurassic Park behind you just feeding me. But yeah, man, I really effed it. I effed that one. Such a good guess. And I didn't even he was Dave Chappelle's mentor, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Didn't go into that.
Degrees of separation.
But I also didn't want to be every interview he does, they probably start talking about Dave Chappelle, which is mad disrespectful to interview someone about someone else. So
yeah, for sure.
I had a note about Dave, but I was like, yeah, I was, even in the perfect circumstance, I was pretty hesitant to bring that up, I think.
Did Dave's name even come up at all in that?
I think he may have made a quick mention of him.
Yeah.
But God, he was funny though. He's just like a funny person.
Thought it was a good listen.
I can't imagine sitting down with him and just getting super real. He just seems like a real fun, great energy to be around. Especially old people. I'm a bit of an ageist, man. Old people can really give me the shits immediately, without doing anything wrong. I can just be like, fucking shut up.
How old is he?
He'd be
50s or 60s?
I reckon he'd be around 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could hear that.
Yeah.
Sounded like that vintage.
Yeah. Cool dude, man. And just a lovely guy. Lovely guy. We didn't even talk about the movie. I had to go and film more after because I didn't redirect the conversation to where it was supposed to go or anything. I was just so off. But anyway, I might even edit all that out, just sitting here talking about how shit the podcast is. But we're here for Hitman today on Netflix.
Yeah, I'll give you the quick rundown.
Yeah.
So a professor moonlighting as a hitman of sorts for his city police department descends into dangerous, dubious territory when he finds himself attracted to a woman who enlists his services.
Thirst Trap, sustainable as F. Sparkling Australian spring water. What a way to start a movie review with that just washing down that beautiful Bung coffee. But yeah, man, what's his name? He's huge at the moment. Glenn Powell. Looks like every couple of weeks a movie's coming out and he's the guy.
What else is he in? This is the first movie I've seen with him in.
The first one I saw was Top Gun Maverick.
Okay, I still haven't seen that.
Highly recommend. It brought action movies back.
That's good.
Yeah, it was fire. So I think it's on several streaming platforms. I think I've seen it across a couple, but I know they, how the rights expire and all of that. So I don't know what it's on at the moment, but definitely a good option. So he's in that. He was in some rom-com came out on Netflix with Sydney Sweeney. Is it Sweeney?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously that one probably did 100 million streams instantly because she's got big tits.
She does.
Yeah.
That's the one that was filmed in Australia, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
I think so.
No idea.
I think it was.
Yeah. So he's in that. Then he's in this. And did you ever see those clips going around with, you might not, because you don't really follow NFL, do you?
Not really.
So Eli Manning dressed up as a student at, I think it was University of Penn or Penn State. I can't remember, but wherever he went to college, and his name was I forget what his name was. It was he was so silly, and he just dressed up. He had a prosthetic nose on and a wig, and he went to tryouts for the football team as a walk-on. So a walk-on, for those that don't know, is just a student that wants to play a sport that they didn't get a scholarship for, and teams hold tryouts. And so you go and you can get on the team without a scholarship. So he goes to this tryout and he's just slinging the rock, bro. Just it's Eli Manning, one of the best to ever do it. But everyone thinks his name's Chad Powers, I think his name is. And so now there's I don't know if it's a movie or a TV series about this character, Chad Powers, and Glenn Powell's going to play him as well.
Yeah, right.
So I'm pretty excited for that to come out.
How long ago did Eli do this?
Couple years,
okay.
Maybe. Can't remember. My sense of time from COVID is really I can't really differentiate before and after COVID.
It's weird, isn't it, man?
Yeah.
someone told me COVID was 2 years ago, I'd be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like distant past now. But
yeah. And like,
blurred the lines.
you just wonder sometimes like what was being filmed during COVID. Like, not probably a lot, especially like in that setting and like a setting where it's a tryout and there's a lot of bodies around. Like, are they going to bring more bodies in for that? Like, so I don't know. I'm gonna say a couple years ago though, Chad Powers.
Okay.
But yeah, Glenn Powell's going to be in that. And yeah, I guess his character in this is like if, I don't know, not James Bond, that's a spy, but like who's like a cop from a movie? Let's just go Axel Foley. Like if Axel Foley worked at Foot Locker or something and then like they pulled him out of Foot Locker and was like, oh, we need you to help us out with this. And that's what he's doing. He's a philosophy professor and he like moonlights as not even a detective. He's just sort of like in the van, isn't he?
His original job at the start. So he's quite techie. So he was helping out, setting up like mics and
hidden cameras and stuff. Yeah. And he basically, people that are putting hits out on other people, you know, their wives or the person that their wife's cheating on or their business partner or whatever, putting hits out. And the cops have intercepted the transmission or they've got like their own website set up where hits come in and they go and they make the person admit to like say it out loud in full. Like, yeah, I want you to kill so-and-so. And they're like, bang, you're under arrest. And so, yeah, he's doing that. And I think the cop that usually goes in ends up getting suspended. And so...
Yeah, because he was beating up kids or something.
Yeah, something so stupid. They say, well, you've got to do it. You know that. Or was he doing the research or something maybe as well for the? Or was that only when he got involved?
I think after he did his first couple, he started doing research.
Yeah,
so he could.
I can't remember why they made him go in on the first one though.
Yeah, I can't remember the reason. I watched it last night too, but I just can't remember the exact reason. They kind of just threw him in the deep end. They're just like, you're doing it, you have to do it.
Yeah. And he's just like this dork and he goes in and because he is such a boring person, he really thrived as this hitman and making the story up about how he disposed of the bodies and just having the power. I guess he was sort of like a powerless individual almost. And he was just really good at becoming the character and making these people say like, yeah, I need you to kill him. And so they kept him doing it. Even when the guy was off suspension, he was the new guy. Which is a wild side hustle, man.
Yeah, it is. I wonder if there are actually people out there doing this.
Well,
who aren't police officers who are just assisting.
Well, this was based on a true story, based on true events.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did a little bit of research. It sounds like it was pretty beefed up in the movie.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, this dude was doing this. I don't know if he was really a professor, but his second job was just doing this.
So he's just
random
a civilian
stuff.
that was working for the police.
Yeah, and he was really leading to all these arrests. Like he really did this.
Crazy.
I don't think the love interest thing was real, which we'll get to. But that's like, I guess like that's where the complication comes in the middle of the movie is like he meets this woman who wants to kill her husband and he cuts the meeting short before she admits to it because he basically falls for her when he meets her. She's beautiful and she's that like Hispanic something or something like that. Latinx.
Just go with Latina.
Yeah.
Wait, are you allowed to say that these days?
No.
Wait, you're not allowed to say that.
No, you just got the show cancelled, bro. You're assuming genders.
Shit, my bad.
But yeah, he's just like he's super smooth with it, and then the character that he is with the girl is this guy called Ron. He's named himself Ron, and he's like this cool cat. Which I don't know how you feel about it, but if he could be this smooth, he's room temperature butter as Ron. Why couldn't he be like this just all the time?
It's not really him. Like that, the scene right at the start of the film where he's like sitting at that little table in his house.
Yeah.
With his two cats eating. It's just so sad, dude.
Yeah. And everything's so meticulously set up in his house. Like it was almost like I thought the twist was going to be that he was a hitman or he was a serial killer or something, because that Patrick Bateman sort of energy of like everything has its place and perfection in the home and all of that. I was like, oh, this dude's going to be the bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed pretty content in that life though. Like, even though to me as a viewer it looked pretty miserable. Like he didn't look like he was depressed or anything. That was just his day to day. He was fine with it.
Yeah, and I think he was married previously or in a serious relationship that didn't work out. And I think it was because he was just happy with the boring life and his partner wasn't. And they were still close enough. They shared a conversation at one point where she was like sort of saying that. I can't really remember the conversation.
It was she just said that he wasn't a passionate person at all.
Yeah, right. And the passion really came out as Ron. They were just banging, dude, everywhere. Well, not really, just in bed mostly, but all the time. So I guess, we've just got to sort of skip forward to the love interest, because that's really where everything starts to get complicated, because he tells her to, like, you probably don't want to do this. This is like a huge call. Don't do it. And he like talks her out of it. This is during the wired meeting. They walk out of that meeting, and do they exchange numbers, or does he run into her?
She already had his number because that's how she contacted him initially. And I think he left it with her, like, if you want to talk about this further, you know where to find me. You know how to get me.
And they thought, the people like in the van, like the surveillance van, thought it was fucked up because he's so good at what he does and he gets them every time, according to the film. And in this circumstance, they were like, what the fuck was that? And then she reaches out to him and they catch up at like a Wawa or something. And while they're sharing an ice cream, the cop that's on suspension is in the store and comes out and he's like, this chick's familiar. He starts sniffing.
Just backtracking a little bit here though, the cops who are in the van, like, shouldn't they be happy that someone's changed their mind and don't want someone to get killed?
Is there such a thing as quotas in policing?
There must be, because like I thought the whole point was to keep people safe.
Yeah, and I think they get statistics like KPIs and stuff at the end of the month. I think we had X amount of arrests, and everyone claps. You know?
Yeah, true.
So I think like when you miss out on an arrest, it's like, what the fuck's going on here? And also, this is someone who's capable of having someone killed. Like, they have reached out for that purpose, and they've backed out at the last minute. But like, what about next time? Do they back out next time? That's why we need to make the arrest. And so I think that's why they're sort of like.
I guess this case here though, it was the first case where they'd, in the film anyway, where they'd alluded to like domestic violence.
Yeah.
All the other cases just seemed like unhinged people that needed someone to get gone.
Unhinged, yeah. A lot of them were unhinged, but some of them were just sad dudes who were like getting cheated on as well. I remember there was this one dude that was like, she's running around town with so and so, kill them both, you know? Yeah.
That's unhinged.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, just break up.
Yeah, just move on, dude.
Yeah. I forget that you don't just kill everybody that wrongs you.
Whereas like the way she sold it, she was in a potentially abusive, like very controlling relationship.
Yeah.
She couldn't get out of.
Peep this. Are red flags not flying when someone's sexually attracted to you and you're a fake hitman? And they're just cool with it?
No, I'd say they should be flying.
Yeah. So if you're a real hitman, that's probably not a red flag, right? Because you're a psycho. So you're not going to think that just someone that would pay someone to kill someone is a psycho when you're killing people on the reg. That's your 9 to 5. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if they only do 9 to 5 hours. Maybe he also does. He gets bodies outside of 9 to 5. I'm not sure.
Be doing a bit of overtime.
Yeah, and also the prices on these bodies, dude.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I think it was like $3,000 to $5,000 or something much of the time, which was nuts, dude. But I guess like if you're just a hitman, like there's probably levels to the game like there is in everything else. You can be an assassin where you got to take down notable figures, and I don't know what that costs. That's got to be tens of thousands, maybe hundreds.
Price of the hit's going up.
But if you're just taking down some truck driver that cheated on somebody, yeah, I guess it's $5,000. But if I'm at risk for, I don't know what like the penalty is for calling a hit on somebody and not actually killing them. But like if it's the same, you may as well, maybe you just don't have it in you to kill somebody. But like, I'm not even doing the dirty work and I'm still going away for life. Like, may as well just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But I just think, a lot of people just don't have it in them. I
think just like for me, and this is not an admission of anything, but like I would like there to be, I'd like there to be some evidence. And yeah, maybe you get the hitman to give you a photo of the body or whatever, but like I would like to know for myself that it is for sure done. You know?
Yeah, that'd be the worst, wouldn't it? Like you think it's done, then you just bump into them at the supermarket or something.
Yeah. And one, you're down $5,000. And two, this person could be out there snitching on you or whatever. Like, yeah, I would just like to know that it's done. I'd probably do the work myself just quietly. Also, probably just break up.
Yeah, it's one way to get out of it.
Yeah. What would someone have to do? What would someone have to do for you to like want them gone?
Don't know, man.
I hurt your family, basically.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever like felt the need to have anyone gone.
No, I've never.
It's easy enough to just have someone not be part of your life anymore.
Yeah, I've been cheated on many times. And they're all still alive, to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah, it
is just the best of my knowledge because they're gone from my life because I just walked away from them.
It's that easy.
Yeah,
it really is.
Cheating doesn't justify it. Starting a new secret family, that is cheating. I don't know, calling me names. Stealing from me, it probably depends how much you've stolen from me. Am I destitute now? Then maybe I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I feel like there's other routes for that too. Like if someone's stolen from you, you'd probably try and get it back first. Because if you just kill them, like how are you going to get it back?
Yeah.
If they've taken your money, you've got no access to their bank accounts. Can't transfer it back to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it would take. I think like
you would have to hurt. I think
hopefully I never find out.
If someone hurts my dogs, I'm going John Wick. I think, and my family. I think you got to take somebody from me, not something. But don't do that. Don't take somebody or something from me. Once he gets the gig, he really starts to get into it. He likes doing the research. He likes becoming someone else. He's doing makeup. He's wearing wigs. He's got full backstories. Have you ever faked being somebody? And I think we kind of covered this on an episode because you used to have my fake ID.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
I think that's the only time I faked being somebody else. How about you?
I think usually like the first 3 months of any relationship I've been in, I'm like a guy that doesn't fart, I think. Yeah. I've had some pretty significant stomach aches from holding in farts.
Yeah, they'll get you.
And yeah, I'm probably way more chill for that first 3 months as well. I don't let the crazy out.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah,
can't do that.
So yeah, I've done it. I've done it many times. I haven't worn a disguise.
It's coming back to me now. We did talk about this on a kind of recent pod.
Yeah, because Axel Foley always pretends to be someone.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but he doesn't disguise himself. Like this dude was full Hollywood makeup. Yeah,
there were some pretty good costumes.
Yeah, I wonder if that was actually true or if that was just for the film. Because like it was pretty high budget type of situation. Like he was fully transformed. He was like a dude with full freckles. Yeah, he had prosthetic noses and stuff. So yeah, I think that was just a bit fictionalized, but yeah, he was really committing to the bit.
Accents were good too.
Oh yeah, he was doing accents.
Showed a bit of range with the accent there.
Yeah, he did. I remember. I think he was like a German or something, or maybe
like the redheaded German.
Yeah.
The other one, and did like a Russian too. They were both pretty good.
Yeah. If I was in the surveillance van, I would just be howling. I think I couldn't take that shit serious. Have you ever seen like Donnie Brasco?
No, it's an older film, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's a huge recommendation. That is Johnny Depp.
Have I seen it?
And he plays a detective. He's undercover for years, and he's fully in the mob, and he's doing drugs. Like he's full undercover. He's doing drugs. I don't think you're allowed to like catch a body while you're undercover, so I don't think he went that far.
I think I have seen this, but I can't remember the plot.
It's so good, man, and it's another true story. If you know anything about me and the Welcome to the Poddy podcast, I love a true story. But yeah, Donnie Brasco is huge. But like, yeah, he was just in it for so long. Whereas this is just like, it's probably less danger. He's always meeting in a public place. It's only for a conversation. There's no like, here, do some drugs so I know you're legit. Beat this guy up so I know you're legit or anything like that. It's just
and so
lower
just one-offs, except for Ron.
Yeah. Ron, he committed to the bit because he wanted the new pussy. I don't think I could pretend that's almost like that's rape, really, isn't it? When you're pretending to be someone that you're not.
Yeah, I think it does count as rape.
Yeah, that's pretty foul work. Like when I'm pretending to be someone, I'm just pretending that I don't do farts.
Yeah, it's pretty innocent.
Yeah.
Pretty thoughtful.
Yeah, I think so. For a civilian, he's super calm under pressure. The first one, he like talks himself into it. He's like firing himself up a bit as he's walking into the venue. But like outside of that, he's just chill.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is there any danger in what he's doing? Like, if it does go wrong,
I think the danger is if you tip them off that you're a cop and they have a full freak out. You don't know what they're capable of. They're capable of wanting someone to get killed.
Yeah. And it is America, so they might be carrying.
Yeah. You don't know if they've got a knife, if they're going to beat you, they're going to bludgeon you to death with a napkin holder. I guess it's like the risk is getting found out in the moment and what the reaction is. You've got police like on site, but it doesn't take long to do something really.
Yeah, they've got like at least like a 5 to 10 second window where anything could happen.
Do you think you would stay cool?
I probably just wouldn't take this job in the first place.
If you were in the situation though, like he was pretty low key for like if you're an architect and you got to deal with someone that's calling hits on people. Like,
no, I couldn't do it. Could you do it?
I think if I got asked to do it, I would have like the level of confidence of like, oh, they want me to do this job because I can do it. So I think I'd probably give it a crack. But I don't know if I could. Like, I don't have the confidence right now to tell you that I would be cool.
I think you could do it though. You've got some experience speaking in front of crowds, and
you know what I don't. You know what I don't have experience in.
Pretending to be a hitman
or talking to someone one-on-one. I'm fucking useless.
It's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, and even as a comedian, my improv, I don't do much improv. Very, very little. I'll go up and I'll do an hour of pre-written material. But this dude off the cuff is just like, I'll take their fingers off and I drive for miles, and every 5 miles I'll throw one finger out the window and all this type of shit, like just off the top of his head. That's what made me, at the start I was like, this dude's sick. He's going to be the killer. Yeah, he had me all fucked up. Yeah. Did you have that thought at all?
No, I didn't think he was a killer till right at the end.
Right, yeah. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to keep it together and stay cool?
Oh, probably plenty of times. Probably a team's meeting this week where I had to do that.
Yeah.
Forgot what I was talking about, but had to stay cool.
Or like maybe you like using the fake ID.
That didn't go so well.
I remember a time I walked through a drive-through bottle shop. In Australia, we have drive-through bottle shops where it's like McDonald's, but you go and you say, get me some Johnny Walker or whatever. They don't have that in America.
Oh, really?
Well, they didn't when I was there. They may now, but when me and Corey and Deck used to talk about that shit, they'd be like, bullshit. There's no fucking way.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You just walk into a bloody Kmart or whatever and buy a gun, but you can't drive through and get a bottle of beer.
And you can go to Safeway and buy a 6-pack in America too, or 7-Eleven.
That's probably why, because it's just so much more convenient to buy those. It's just easy. You don't need to go out of your way to get to a liquor store.
Yeah. So I'm walking through a drive-through, and the transaction, he's put it through the machine, and then some snitches drive through it without buying anything. They must have seen me. They must have been from our school. They drive through it, and there's like, check his ID, and they fucking drive off. And the guy's like, oh yeah, I better check your ID, mate.
How old were you at the time?
16 maybe.
Damn.
I was like, fuck, I don't have it. That's what you got. What are you gonna do? Give him the fucking ID? Can't they take it from you if you're underage?
I don't know. I don't know what rights they have.
I don't know what that would do anyway. Wouldn't you just get another one? Aren't you entitled to have a driver's license?
Yeah, you just have to pay for it though.
Yeah.
At that age, it's probably a bit of money.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten away with something that you didn't think that you could pull off?
I guess just going back to the fake ID thing. Like I didn't think your ID would work for me, but it did. Then I had someone else's for a while and that worked.
That's so racist, man.
Yeah. Especially when there were like 3 of us using the same one.
Yeah.
None of us look alike.
You know.
Yeah, that was good times. But
like Isaiah is definitely like a few shades darker than us put together even.
Yeah.
And he was using my ID.
Straight in.
You were using my ID. I was using my ID.
No questions asked.
Nah. Unfucking believable.
Like literally no questions. Didn't even get the address asked. Just, straight on in. Do you remember they used to do that?
Yeah, and you had to like study it.
Yeah, what's your birthday?
Yeah. Unreal. I never did it. I've never had a fake ID. I would just rely on being able to walk through, looking old enough, or going with someone that like knew bartenders or security or whatever. That's how I would get in when I was underage. But yeah, so I've never had to memorize a ID or anything. In America, they will get like actual fake IDs with their face on it, and so they have to memorize fake details, fake name, fake address.
Did I tell you about the time I tried that here? It was so shit.
Oh, really? You tried to make one, or you tried to?
Like I just photoshopped my actual ID and changed the birth date.
Okay.
I just changed like the month.
And how did you get like?
So I just printed it to scale.
Yeah.
And then put it into my wallet behind like the plastic sleeve.
Right.
Plastic screen part, and just tried to show that.
Yeah.
And I got in, but then like an hour and a half later, security came up to me and asked, "Oh, can we just see your ID again?" And I pulled it out and showed them, and they're like, "Oh, can you just take the card out?" And as I was taking this piece of paper out, it ripped, man. I just showed myself the door.
Holy shit, dude!
And everyone else got to stay, and I just had to leave.
Is that that's illegal, right?
I don't know. I'm sure it is.
And it's got to be like minor level fraud.
Yeah, there weren't any repercussions. I just
good.
Showed myself the door and went home.
Fuck, that's funny, man. That is so sad. That's a sad moment, man.
Especially,
I would rather refuse. I'd rather be like, no, you can't see.
At the time, I was like 6 to 8 months older than everyone else. And I was there with as well, and they all got to stay there for the rest of the night.
That's so annoying. Were you old for your age group? Like for your year level?
Probably in like the older half, but not towards the top of that.
Yeah, okay.
Some people that were born like the year before me.
Yeah, right. Because I'm
like came from interstate or whatever, so they ended up in my year level.
Yeah. Because I was 2 school years above you, but just 1 year older than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have been top 1% of youth in my year level.
Yeah.
Have you ever landed a job by accident?
No, I've just applied for them. I kind of did land one, but I didn't take it. No, so I guess no.
What was that?
It's to go work for a construction company. So similar sort of field, but hugely different role.
Yeah, but that wasn't by accident, I guess.
I wasn't trying to get it. Just
you got offered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think I always got asked when I was counselling for veterans, did you serve? How did you fall into this? And I really did just fall into it because I only did a Bachelor of Psychology, and when I was playing basketball, there was this girl that worked for the company that I ended up working for, and I just think she was like, "Oh yeah, just apply." and use me as a reference when you go back to Adelaide. If you're going back to work. So I did, and I ended up doing that, and we won the defense contract. So I just ended up working on base instead of working because you can do occupational rehab for like banks or anything really. And I did that for like a month, and then I got put out on base, and that was it. I just always worked with defense after that.
Yeah, okay. It's one way to get your foot in the door.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just random really. But I've never like deceived anybody to get a role, I suppose.
What was the original question? Have you got a job by accident?
Yeah, or like deceptively, like because put it this way. Have you ever had to show your transcript like after a job interview? Or do they just take you at your word?
I think for the job I have now, I did have to show that.
Okay. Because for every job I've had.
Wait, is your transcript like with your grades?
Yeah.
Oh.
And like
no, I just had to show my graduation certificate. That was it.
Yeah. So my graduation certificate says Bachelor of the Arts. It doesn't actually say psychology on it at all.
Right. Okay.
So to prove that I actually have a communication degree and a psychology degree, you have to look at my transcript. And I've never shown anyone my transcript. They've just taken my word from my resume. So like if you're applying for a job that doesn't require professional registration, like obviously a doctor, you have to be like, I don't know what it's called, ARPA or something like that. But like if it's just like fucking, I don't know, a CEO position, you can just, I guess, put in a fake resume and say you've got all this experience and just hope for the best. I'm sure people have done it. I'm sure, dude, you come across people where you're like talking to them either in or outside of a professional setting and you're just like, how the fuck do you do your job, man? You retard.
Conversation with myself every morning in the mirror.
Yeah, man.
But no, I know what you're saying.
I've often thought like I could have got this job without the study part because no one's ever bothered to check my credentials. But I had to have professional registration as well. But
okay,
yeah.
Did you find this film funny?
I think I understood where they were trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I don't think I laughed.
Yeah, because when I first clicked on it, I saw it was listed as a comedy. I was like, oh yeah, might be a few laughs in this. But
yeah.
I think the closest I got was like a smirk here or there.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't disinterested in the film, but there were no like laugh out loud funny parts for me anyway.
When he has his freak out and like comes clean about who he is, that was funny to me.
Okay.
I think that might have made me laugh.
Yeah, okay. See, I didn't quite get there.
Okay. I think when he was like,
I saw the humor in it, but I don't know, for a comedy film, I want to laugh out loud at least once. And I just didn't get that from this.
I think that one made me laugh.
Okay.
When he freaked out, he's like, are you kidding? Like, are you kidding me? I've never killed anyone. I'm not a hitman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that bit got me. But yeah, no, it wasn't. It's not like laugh out loud funny, really, is it?
No, Hannah was just complaining the whole time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
She wasn't a fan?
No, I didn't love it.
Have you ever been in a situation that is serious but ended up being a funny moment?
Maybe not high school. I think it was primary school.
Yeah.
Whenever I was getting told off and it was meant to be like a real serious moment, if you just got a glance from like one of your friends.
Yeah.
Like right now, you just gave me that look and now I just started laughing.
Oh, yeah. And when you're holding it in, it makes it so much funnier.
So much, dude.
Like laughter it's like an exponential compound inside your body. And the longer you hold it in, it just like doubles and doubles and doubles until you just fucking...
Especially when you're not meant to.
When you're not meant to be laughing. I've also had, and I still have this problem with like bad news. When I get bad news or someone tells me bad news, I'll often smile like as a...
That's crazy.
Not because
I'm... kind of bad news?
I'm not enjoying it, but it's like a nervous reaction.
Okay. It's like a coping mechanism.
Yeah, like I've literally been told, and I'm not trying to sound like a monster. I'm not even trying to be funny here. I've been told like family members have passed away, and I've.
Sorry, continue.
I'm serious, man. I'm serious. I'm like, I'm not a good actor, so I'm not gonna be able to like do it. But I'll like smile, and be like, "Are you serious?" Like, it's just like I don't know what to do with the energy that I'm feeling, and it comes out as a smile, even though I'm feeling crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never had that reaction to that sort of news.
I'm just thinking of mostly people that have passed, and I've got that, or I've got the news first and I've gone to deliver it.
Smiling on the delivery.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's just hard. It's hard, man. If I'm not in like proper tears, it just comes out like
you're just crying, laughing.
I'm just like, it's almost like the energy that I approach it with is almost like, you're not gonna believe this shit. Like I'm about to do that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's whack. But it's like, it's completely involuntary, and I can feel it happening, and I can't fucking pull out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I think it's common too. I don't think, like, I've looked into it. Like, am I a psycho type of shit?
No, I know what you're saying. I guess, yeah. When I've given or received bad news, sometimes I do smirk.
Yeah,
a little bit, but I've never got to that level with death. Like, that's just nuts.
What level of bad news are we talking about?
Oh, yeah, I'd just be making something up now if I said it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there's just been times where like I shouldn't be smiling about something and I have.
Yeah.
And I'm not smiling, I just can't help it.
It's like, it's like a nervous energy. And people have different tics. Some people like will go to give bad news and they'll start sneezing and shit, bro. Like, it's just people don't know what to do with it, because it is actually pretty foreign to get news that hectic in your life, you know? Like,
yeah, like people die every day, but not necessarily in your life.
Yeah.
That's such a normal part of being alive. But you just hope it doesn't.
I've just got all these scenarios playing out in my head right now of like inappropriate times to smile. Like, oh man, Jessica's got cancer, and you're just like, like, fuck, that's so bad. But it's so hard to like actually put into words what that is. And no one's ever called me out either. No one's ever been like, are you fucking smiling right now? Not once.
Sounds like a Curb skit.
Yeah, it does. Have you ever undergone a major life change that sort of flipped your identity? Based on like he did change his identity to meet or stay with this woman, in the short term anyway. Have you ever had to or undergone anything?
No, I've never done
anything
like that.
I guess my whole identity shifted. It's something I probably still partially deal with to this day. Like, losing the identity of being an athlete was fucking hard. And then finding being a comedian was like a huge weight off my shoulders.
What was the transition period between those two things in your life? Like, how long were you just a dude with a job for?
Yeah, I reckon I definitely was playing for Sturt still when I met Rach. So I reckon I played 1 year with Sturt, then had a year off. A very tumultuous year for probably both of us, because I was just an angry person. I didn't know who I was anymore. It was probably an absolute nightmare for her. I can't even imagine. But yeah, probably a year of like unbearable identity crisis, I think. And then I think there was always a part of me that wanted to be a comedian. And then I had people over at my place for New Year's 1 year, and I said I'll do one open mic this year, and I did one, and then I was just like, I'm just going to keep going. But it took me until I think July is my comedy birthday, so 6 full months it took me. Plus, I want to say it was maybe like the 5th of July. So yeah, 6 months about of getting myself prepared to actually get on a stage.
Mm-hmm.
So let's call it 18 months.
Yeah, okay. So it would have felt like a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, pretty short window.
Yeah. And like to the point of like actually being able to call myself a comedian, probably, 2 years.
Okay.
Because 18 months before my first open mic, and then building up to the point where I like thought I was getting decent and getting gigs, traveling, all that shit. Yeah. The major question, his intentions. It was all based around his intentions, right? He wanted a romantic relationship with this woman, so he pretended to be someone else. Have you ever been in a situation where you were surprised by whoever's intentions that you were around? Like you figured out that they wanted something out of you, not just like a friendship or...
No, I feel like in that respect, you can usually tell pretty quickly. Yeah, no, I don't think so. How about you?
Heaps, man, especially when I was playing basketball. I think you just meet people that sort of, they come across as genuine, but all they want is they want to walk into the club with you, or they want some type of business out of you. They want like a sponsorship. They want you to say their name on the radio.
Yeah, okay.
And I think that started like really young, like before I was even a pro. Like while I was in high school, I think I started to feel that kind of shit. And I think I've got trust issues because of it. Also because of like, you know, child of divorce, so you don't trust like romantic relationships. Getting bullied, you don't even trust, like you just don't trust peers or friends. And then like that shit is like you just feel like you're being used. So like, yeah, I think I've got trust issues because of all of that. But that's one of the things, is I definitely felt used many times by people just wanting like something for themselves out of being around someone who had like access to the media, or could get tickets to events, or skip the line at the club, or like just shit like that. People, you would sometimes you would think that people are in it for the right reasons, then they'd get something and then you just stop hearing from them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Even girls. I couldn't commit to anyone for a long time, even after, because you go through situations with girls where you think that they want to be with you because you're you, and then, I don't know, maybe you get injured, and so you're not on the court anymore, you're just sitting on the bench and they don't want anything to do with you. Or I might not be actually playing basketball anymore, and then their whole mental fucking shifts, and it's it's stuff that like you hear about, but it doesn't really seem real unless you're like at the full professional like NBA, AFL level. But it's fucking people are like that at a more local level as well. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, never allowed to obviously deal with anything like that.
Yeah, it was pretty like technically low key. Hey, the movie. There was no major action scene.
No. I think
they had obviously a decent makeup budget. Costume. Yeah. But apart from that, there was no...
Apart from Glenn Powell, did you recognise any of the actors in this?
The black lady from the big fat... the cop, the black cop.
Yeah. I recognise her, but I couldn't...
She's from Parks and Rec.
Okay.
I don't know if you've watched that.
Yeah, I've watched a bit of it.
Yeah, so she's in that, but that's the only show that I could recognise her from. The woman that he fell for, I've never seen, but she was stunning.
Yep.
She seemed like a pretty good actor. She'll probably be in something else. If this was her first thing, she'll be in other stuff. If it wasn't her first thing, she'll probably be in something like, she'll probably get something big after this.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Adria Arjona.
Might want to change her name. I'm just saying, if you want to be famous, you know, a lot of Jews have to drop the Jewish name. Jonah Hill's like, isn't Jonah Hill like Jonah Eisenberg or something?
Oh, really?
Yeah. But Jesse Eisenberg is Jesse Eisenberg, and he kills it.
Just embraced it.
Yeah. It was just pretty low key, really. It relied on the story. There was no true character development from anybody, even Ron or Gary. There was no true character development. At the very end, when they summed it all up, they sort of rectified the issue, and then he was able to find a balance between Gary and Ron to maintain his relationship with, okay, spoiler alert, with the girl at the end, which obviously was going to happen. But yeah, that was the only character development, and it's just saying at the end of the film, and guess what? I figured it out. It was only interesting because of the story, and it wasn't that funny.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And for would you call it an action comedy?
Let's see what they've called it. Romantic comedy, crime, and romance are the categories on IMDb.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's pretty.
It wasn't action.
No, it wasn't action. There was no action scenes. The crime. Yeah, there was crime. There was no major twist. There was kind of in their house once people had done some poking around, started to find some stuff out. There was a little bit of a twist and a what's going to happen here sort of thing. But even in that situation, there was no like edge of your seat type of shit.
Not at all.
What'd you give it?
6.
Yeah, I have to agree. I might give it a 6.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I don't. I'm going to give it a 6.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought 6.5 was pushing it.
I don't even know why I said that.
Like, I don't think it was a bad film, but I'm not recommending this to anyone. That's kind of where I stand with it. It was okay to pass the time. Yeah. I got through it without like fucking shuffling around in my seat and checking the time and shit. But yeah, I wouldn't be saying go watch it. I won't watch it again. It's there's better options out there. Well, yeah, there are, but there's worse options too. Yeah. If you're desperate, if you're really desperate for something to watch, then watch it. Because we can get desperate because they're bringing out some real bullshit. Sparks was saying like, dude, all I see you do is give 4s. I was like, well, that's what they keep giving me is 4s. What did you guys watch since this is coming out after?
Hot Rod, yeah. Which I think I gave Hot Rod a 7. So this is not a 6.5. It can't be in line with Hot Rod. It's a 6. This is a 6. I kind of want to change mine. Go lower. But it's all right. We'll leave it at 6. All right. That's fine. You guys know what to do. Is welcome to the Poddy on everything. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share the show. Put it out there. That's, the least you can do is share the show. Hit that share button. It's so easy to do. So quick. It takes 1 second. Just share it. And otherwise, just buy tickets to all my shows. Buy merch to support the show. Get some money coming in. It's my only source of income right now. So please buy tickets, buy merch, share the show. Love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves. And as always, bung bung.